Hey everyone, unless you're new here, you probably already know that I'm not a big fan of romance and chick lit novels. We talked about this in length already. But recently I've been craving a lot of love stories, and it made me realize that it's not the love story part that I don't like about romance or chick lit novels, and I don't think it ever was. It's always been the way that the characters and the couples are presented and the story is told and the focus of the story. And it made me realize that most of the stories I read are rather about relationships between people or just couples. And if you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you probably know that I've been rereading the Parasol Protectorate for the last week. And I thought I'll tell you about my two favorite couples in literature, which of course one of them is Alexia Tarabotti and Lord Macon. And if you remember, my first initial reaction to the series was one of shock that I liked it so much, because these books are kind of heavier on the making out and the romancing part than I usually like to read about. I tend to get bored by things like that. But in this series, it is just a well blend of good characters and the fun stuff. Now let me explain that. What I really like about Lord Macon and Alexia is that they complement each other so well. They each have their own personality even after they got hitched, and all throughout the series they just grow together and they face problems, and that is something that I miss in most of the romance and the chick lit, because these things end often when the problems or the relationships really start. And I'm more interested in reading about how the couple moves along and how the life of the couple continues. And with those two, you see them complementing each other in their flaws and accepting in their flaws, and you also see how they work well together, how they make a team, how they know each other and get to know each other better and better. And I really like seeing that in a strong couple, because I think it shows us more how a relationship goes. It's not just, ooh, we're together, we're happily ever after. That rarely happens. And that brings me to the other couple I really like in books, which are of course Henry and Claire from The Time Traveler's Wife. This novel doesn't solely focus on them getting together and being happily ever after, but it tells the story of their relationship all through their lives. And it also shows the problems, the good things, the bad things, the fights, the struggles, and the reality of it. And that's what I like in good literary couples, when they feel real, like a real couple, and you can see and feel with them. Not only thinking about like, how can I get that guy, but how can I make this work, and how do we get over this problem, and how do we deal with this? That's what I like in love stories and books, when it's more about the relationship and the ongoing thing, the reality, the real thing, and not just like, oh, this guy is handsome, let's get him. So now you know two of my favorite literary couples, and I want to hear yours. But let me warn you, don't say Elizabeth and Darcy, because in my book, they're the first chick lit couple to ever come around. There is no relationship, it's just them getting together. All right, thank you for watching, and have the couples coming. Bye-bye.